Hi everybody. Today I would like to talk a little bit about cleaning up. One of my favorite topics because you feel so light. There's so much space when we clean up the stuff in our house. It's like when you have a clear environment, when you have space around you, your mind feels more spacious. Your mind becomes more clear. It's like we see things suddenly so clearly. We can't see the clarity if there's stuff everywhere, through the chaos. So for me personally, I feel it's great to be able to have a clean space around me. So, I frequently do this exercise, if you want to make it into an exercise or practice, where I go through my entire house. And sometimes I start in the kitchen and I just, even the fridge, I open it and I'm looking at bottles and things that have been expired and are in there for ages and nobody's using it. So why is it there? And then I open all the cupboards and cabinets and go one by one. And I take everything out. I take it all out. And I look at the expiration date. I look and really ask myself, am I really going to use it? Is it really something that is it healthy? Does it work in the plan that I made for myself? Is it part of my lifestyle that I've chosen? So if it doesn't work with that, if it's like you've chosen a healthy route and you have this instant mac and cheese and it's full of chemical stuff, well, perhaps that's not exactly, matching your lifestyle, your ideal lifestyle. Obviously, of course, you have to take in consideration that maybe now you don't want to go so much out to the supermarket, you want to stay more indoors. So perhaps you will use a couple of those things that you can preserve for a longer time. And, you take your how do you say that, your borders a little bit down of the things that you allow and normally you wouldn't allow. But all in all together, just it's really helpful to go and dive in there and see what's really in there and why it's all clogged up with stuff that perhaps half of it you would not even use. So you can make like boxes if you have some cardboard boxes, or take some plastic bags or these paper bags from shopping. Maybe you have a few stored somewhere and you can put some bottles and things that are not as bad, they're not expired yet. Even sometimes things that are expired, if you can, if it's jars or packages, they can still be good. It doesn't mean that they've already gone bad. So you can still give that to somebody who might be really happy with that, or just maybe put it outside and somebody can take it close to where the bins are. But in any case, go through your stuff and see what's in there and take out the stuff that you don't use. So I take this approach through everything in my house. Okay, so I go through my drawers, I go through all my paperwork. I look at my administration, I go through all these file cabinets and things that have been there, like receipts and stuff. Yes, they say it's good to keep them for a couple of years just in case, you never know. But at some point, it's time to get rid of it. And if you want to be sure, just in case, you can scan them, make photos of them and store them in a hard disk separate. So you have all your scanned documents that are really important on one tiny little thing, and not bunches of paper piling up in your drawers. So you just get rid of all of that, and you know how relieving it feels when you do that. And it's the same with your child's toys, pack them all together. What are they really playing still with? Just go through all of it with them together. It's fun for them, and also you can start talking about how nice it is to give to other people. And other children that might be really happy with the things that they don't play with anymore anyway, and how nice it is to share that with you, that the thing that has given you the joy and pleasure, you can just pass it on now. So this way you start to already, teach your children, or that how nice it is to not just throw things aside or throw them away, or to really, and perhaps you find things that, or they've forgotten that they even had, you know, once you open those cabinets and it's all stored away, far away, get it all out. Maybe they like to play with it now. I mean, you know, kids are looking for things to do. So this is a great way to finding those toys and things that we haven't looked at for a while. And maybe now you can reintroduce them so they can have fun with it still, you know. And then it's with your clothes, it's the same story. Going through the bathroom, you know, which perfumes and things are sitting there already for 10 years and the lid is getting rusty. Come on, you know, let's keep it fresh and just be realistic. If it's sitting there for ages and you're never really using it, perhaps once every 5 years, then get rid of it, you know. Really, creating space has more value than letting a bunch of things sit there and collect dust, you know. And if you have a nostalgic memory of some kind, I mean, even that, it just keeps you in the past. And if you have nice memories, great. Just take the memories, you know, store them in a cabinet file somewhere in your brain and let go of these things, you know. If it's a few items here or there, yes, you can savor them. You can even make a little altar and put them there if they put you in a good state, you know, just a couple of things. But then the rest, just let it go. Just let it go, because it becomes too much. At some point you can have a nostalgic memory with everything, you know, and that's just gonna clog up your space and your whole system. And you're gonna feel it works on your nerve system. It makes you feel irritable. So an open space really gives you, I don't know, it gives you a kind of calmness, you know, it gives you clarity. Literally, they always say like less is more, and I really believe that, you know. If you're already having a personality that's, you know, big hair and you already have a lot going on, then why add so many ding-dong bells? And I mean, it's great if you want to be creative and express yourself. Hey, there's no judgments here. If you feel that that's working for you, wonderful, do it. I mean, everybody has to be themselves. I'm just saying that you don't need it per se to be beautiful, or, you know, to just even be you. You can express your creativity also in different ways. So you don't need like thousands of earrings and feathers and things to show the world who you are, or to express your creativity. I mean, a couple of things maybe that you can change and vary, it can be great. But then, you know, just come back to the essence, and you can have so much more time and space to focus on the things that in the end matter perhaps more, you know, which is experiences in life, like traveling, or, you know, serving others, helping other people, the things that bring you joy. I mean, yes, of course, dressing up brings you joy, obviously, as well. But again, if you cannot open your closet and all the stuff before everything falls out, or you have to like swim into the belts and the skirts and to find, you don't even know what's in there, you know, because it's so bulked up, then perhaps it's time to reconsider and have a couple of things out there. At least you can store them away if you don't want to get rid of them. But I mean, seriously, you know, usually we only wear like a percentage of what's really in our closets, and we're saving up a couple of things that we think we're gonna wear at some point in time, and we never do it, and it's just taking up space. So I'm here again to say, grab it all together, you know, take it all out of the closet, have a fashion show. It's fun even with the kids or your husband, you know, you can dress up and have them have a sign up that says yes, no, keep, or whatever, you know. And you can all do this in the house, whether you're with a family or, well, if you're by yourself, you can even have a little conference call with a friend, you know, and then being on the other end of the phone with your FaceTime or your Skype, and then, you know, have the sign up and say, yes, keep, no, gone, not. Put on some music, you know, have a glass of wine or some coffee or whatever, put a bowl of popcorn and make it into a fun experience, you know, and just really, yeah, have fun with it. And then once you have all of this stuff packed together, maybe there's friends who would love some of your clothes. that you never wear, or you can have an exchange like that by exchanging clothes. Maybe there's some stuff that you like that they have, and you have some things that they like to have, so you can have a swap, and this is another fun way to kill some time and to be, it's a win-win. So you win space, you get some nice clothes, and if not, at least you have more space in the house and more clarity in your mind, which is what this is all about. So if you're familiar with Feng Shui, they say that if you're ready to, or if you're able to get rid of 10% of your stuff frequently, then, or not too frequently, we have to also obviously not overconsume and get other things, also savor also what you have and buy things with a common sense. I mean, don't just buy. If you're going out and buying stuff, really ask yourself if you need it or if you're going to use it, because oftentimes we don't need that much, really. What do you really need? I mean, now is a good time to ask ourselves, what do we really need to be happy? We don't need that much. The most things that we enjoy are free. It's the ocean, it's the sunshine, it's that's palm trees, ice cream, glass of wine, cup of coffee. It's the things, the warm water. Not so much all the stuff, but okay, it's fun. I'm not, no judgments. I enjoy some things as well, as we all do, but just perhaps reconsider. Go easy, go slow. Don't be too impulsive. Don't go out buying out like a crazy person. And don't throw away, drastically. Be mindful about it. Think really well, so you don't regret it later. You can also put things in a box and say, put a sticker on it for consideration or a maybe, and then have it in the box for a while. And if you haven't even thought about the box for a while or anything that's in that box, then it's safe to give the box away. If there's a couple of things, you still have a chance to pick them out and put them back. And then if not, just let it go. Again, it's not the end of the world, and you make other people so happy. Anyway, guys, I hope this is of help to you. Your subscribes are way welcome, as always. So as your likes, if you like this. And be good, be great. Much love. Mwah.
I keep a photograph in which we were in love, caught in your eyes, waiting for the sunrise.